ready? Okay. Better second scrimmage. As far as, I think both units, the offense and the defense and the special teams, all three units, did some really good things at times. The things that I want to see cleaned up is I felt like there were times when one side or the other had success because of the other side being a bit sloppy. And that we got to get cleaned up. I want to see more just good fundamental football across the board where one side or the other is winning because the other side is making outstanding plays. And that wasn't always the case today, but I did feel like our position on the football was much better. Defensively, we were much more sound across the board, made the offense work for their yards. The offense did some good things as well, moved it at times. We stalled them early, kept them out of the end zone. Then late in the scrimmage, they got a few. So, overall, good work. Stayed relatively healthy. I'm a little bit concerned about Nick Scalzo. He's the only one that kind of went down a little bit today. Got to look at how he is. Outside of that, we were pretty healthy and got a good physical day in. So we'll see what the situation is with Nick. So I feel for him right now. But other than that, we came out of there relatively healthy.
Last week was most third down sound. What about first and second down today?
First, second down, again, it's hard for me with so many plays out there. When one side or the other, I just felt like defensively we were a little more sound as far as making them work. Our position on the ball was better. Not as many explosive plays offensively, so that's a good thing for the defense. And offensively, we're going to be fine. We're going to be good. They continue to run the ball very effectively. We're doing some really good things. As far as our play calling and the system that we have in place, there's some hard plays to defend out there, and I think Terry's getting more and more comfortable with just the first, second down passing game.
Was it Nick's knee you were worried about again, or something different?
It is.
Last week the offense didn't have any turnovers. Were they keep that up? Or
Trying to think, Tony, was there any
turnovers?
Yeah, I think they did continue to do good. The offense, the first team, I don't think there was any.
One drop snap.
Yeah, there was a play early that offense we were keeping them on the end zone pretty good, and there was a broken play, and I couldn't give it in the first down. I just couldn't do it. It was a drop snap, and the running back picked it up and somehow managed to get a first down. I said field goal. They didn't deserve we couldn't be so lucky during the year.
Positioning for that rule change.
Yeah, exactly. So they were looking at me like I had three heads, but I was like, they don't deserve a first down.
Position 2 weeks. Needs to step up as far that you see.
Have I seen a position what?
Yeah, if it needs to step up a little bit.
Offensively, you said? I don't think I want to single out any one group. I think, without question across the board, we need to continue to step up. And as I just told the team, certain position groups are inexperienced, but that's no excuse. That's we have to overcome that. And so certain groups, certain players that have experience and strength, we need to play like that. We need to play to the best of our ability and overcome some experience at certain position groups. And we have to find a way to win as a team.
How Brandon looked out there today against the play?
Brandon Eccles, he looked good. It's good to see him back out there. He was out there the past couple of days, and looks like he's getting more and more comfortable.
It sounded like you're rotating a lot of guys in the secondary. Do you have a 4 or 5 you're comfortable with in a game at this point?
Yeah, we're still working through it. We'll look at this tape and see how it turned out. But we'll be ready to go. I feel confident that come game time, we'll have 5, 6, 7, 8 defensive backs that are ready to play.
you've been throwing a lot, kind of up against the wall and seeing what sticks as far as who fits in where. When do you have a deadline next week to whittle it down?
Yeah, we have to get dialed in here this week. Starting Monday. Make some decisions. today and tomorrow, not that it's a final decision, but have some good idea of who is in the two deep, what guys are going to redshirt, what guys won't, and you know, that's flexible as well, as we did some last year, you know, with the 4 games that you have to play with. So, but we have to get locked in on the two deep, and you know, that's where it gets a little bit difficult right now, because maybe a few guys are banged up and we weren't at full strength, and so, you know, the first team's watered down a little bit, the second team's watered down a little bit, and so on. And you know, we've got to really work hard and concentrate on putting one great unit out there, you know, on each side of the ball, and then having some guys that can fill in and play winning football as well.
Chance for?
Chance was solid today. I was impressed and pleased with the way he kicked the ball.
Any update on Xavier?
No update.
2 weeks before the opener, do you like where you are right now? Are you where you want to be right now?
Well, I don't know if I could say you're exactly where you want to be. You know, you always want to be better, but I'm confident we'll get it right, and I'm confident we'll have a strong unit come game time.
Seems like you guys have a lot of depth at the linebacker position. Do you see some guys behind the scenes maybe stepping up their game, looking to take some jobs?
Well, you know, I feel good. I feel like the inside linebacker position, there's some depth there. You know, we feel like there's 4 guys there that could play winning football right now, and some guys behind that could come along. In outside linebacker, you know, again, it's going to sound like a broken record, but you guys have heard me talk about that a lot of times. That's a position where I feel like we're talented, but there's a lot of nuances there. That's a hard position to play, and you know, we're swimming a bit at times there. So we got to be very dialed in on what we do and how we execute, and what, you know, the players that are in the game, what they can do.
Vince singled out MJ as a guy who was playing, you know, some first team reps the other day, impressing him from the other side. What do you say?
Let's keep Vince to comment on offensive.
Vince likes to talk. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of these on the news, no offense, but I happened to catch Vince one day, and I might have to limit his. Okay, he gives you your sound bites that I don't give. No, MJ's showing some flashes, doing some good things, and we'll see. But I definitely think he'll be a guy that'll be in the mix to some extent this fall. Yeah.
Despite some of the inexperience on your team, do you feel like there were any young guys that really stood out or flashed today in scrimmage?
We'll see. You know, I'm trying to be more cautious, putting the cart in front of the horse there, you know. So we'll see. I think there's some talent, but you know, they have a lot of work to do.
How about Cavassier? Because he's touched the ball, I think, 9 times in the Kentucky jersey, and
Yep.
he's averaging like 20 yards a carry. What can we expect from him?
Yeah, Cavassier is solid. You know, that's the nice thing with that rule change a year ago, to be able to play in 4 games. So you had the opportunity to see him in games, and that's helpful. So we have high hopes for him, and he looks good. He looked good out there today. So we'll see.
Are you seeing those gains still from Ali and Wagner's, mixing those guys that are older that can step up?
Yeah, I thought during the week, last week, I felt Ahmad felt like he stood out and was making some plays and becoming a difference maker at times. And so hopefully he'll continue to grow and improve.
Where are you on leadership right now? Are guys stepping up to be leaders that you were hoping would step up at this point?
There are. You know, I think each team, each group, each players each year, you know, have to find their voice and really can't be forced a lot of times. And it's obvious, you know, there's certain leaders, certain guys that are, you know, that comes natural to them, and you're seeing that. And then I think I'd like to see other guys continue to step up.
Is Terry kind of at that point with a year under his belt and the success and just being more comfortable?
He is, and Terry is who he is, and you know, he finds his voice how he finds it, and that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't need to be forced just because you're a quarterback, but he is very confident out there. He's handling himself. He's got a lot of composure. Looks very comfortable, both in the leadership and the way he's playing.
Are you going to start Toledo Prep this week, or
No, we will start at some point this week.
How's Josh been now he's a week removed from that last round? I know last week he
Yeah,
wasn't
he's been good. He's more and more comfortable. Looked comfortable out there today, so he'll continue to progress.
All right, folks, thank you.